But one of the very basic truths in Buddhist teaching is that if you accept things as they are, there's no suffering. There may be pain, there may be difficulty, but that acceptance of reality as it is the key, actually, to ending suffering. Again, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about ending difficulty. I'm not talking about ending pain. A lot of you have been coming here for a while know I've been struggling with my hip for, it's about a year and a quarter. And it was actually getting better. It's been getting better. But the last few weeks it's getting worse again on one side. And it's so clear to me as I work with the pain in my hip that if I get angry that it's come back, if I get frustrated, if I push against the reality of my hip being as it is, it makes matters so much worse. I was watching this video of something and it was talking about how people, the more upset and aggravated we get, the more of a mess we make. And they had this little scene of this guy in a restaurant and he was pissed off. He didn't like the service, he didn't like the food he was getting. So when someone came over to talk to him, he was so agitated that he stood up and all the food ended up on him. It was funny, but it was so true that aggravation builds aggravation. Anger feeds anger. Desire feeds desire. And the more worked up we get about something, the more of a mess we make in the world. Now, I want to be clear, there's a difference between trying to work with something and being aggravated about something. You know, we always get to this question in terms of social justice issues. This is nothing about this, none of this speaks about not trying to fix what's broken in the world. But even if we're choosing to fix what's broken, the attitude that we enter in with is actually, I think, quite critical into the amount of efficacy we have in dealing with the situation. If we're all worked up and agitated and lose our center, then that's what we put in the world. But if we come from a more clear and calmer place, we bring that to the situation. It's not about good or bad, we all do it. The question is, can we be aware enough and present enough to pay attention to and admit the results of our behavior? To be awake enough and honest enough to check in. What is it? What am I doing now? How is this impacting others, the other who I'm dealing with, the environment, the whole community of sentient and non-sentient beings? How's it working out?